Hey, hi. We're live again.
Hi guys.
How you guys
Belle?
doing?
Oh, I thought you were frozen for a second.
I think she
All
is.
right.
Oh
Oh
no.
shit.
Yeah, cheers. Ah,
Wait,
yeah.
but
So
I
how
see
you
her.
guys doing?
And we're live. Hello, light
Oh no, she just
listeners.
she just
Hello,
got it.
Facebook people.
Bell froze for a while.
But I saw her
What?
blinking though, so I was like, is she
No,
frozen or
Oh
just
no.
lagging?
I know. I think what happened was, I think in Belle could see us frozen, so we're going live. Hello, hello, and then we are seeing Belle after
Yeah.
5 minutes after that. And we say, hi, yeah, we're live.
Oh no.
Oh
Was I
Yeah.
frozen?
Yeah,
for a
Oh
just for a
while,
no.
yeah.
bit. All
Okay.
good.
Well, hello. Hello, everybody. How's everyone?
We're doing
Ah,
it. Sham's looking very
I
sharp.
know. Wow.
yeah. So no, because it's a week before Raya, and trying to get the feel of Raya, although it's a different kind of Raya this year. I think everybody knows why it's a different kind of Raya. So my wife does pineapple tarts, and we didn't decide to go big on her business. It's just some regular customers who mentioned that they wanted tarts. So we're gonna make we will we, she's been making it for the past week or so. She's still working the nights to do these tarts, and while doing it, she's putting on some Raya songs just to get into the feel of it, and that somehow just brushes off me. And now this morning I look like this,
I said,
Nice.
and
Sam,
then it's full on,
is
yeah.
that a
Yeah.
different type of songkok? Because it looks a little
Higher.
taller,
Hi.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so slightly different. So this one is it has an extra edge at the top. Sometimes it's flat like that, right? So this one has got a hill right there. It goes up and down. So
Ew.
this one's slightly higher, but it's also because this is a smaller size. I need to get a newer one so that it goes slightly somewhere there.
Lower.
That'll be a lot. Yeah, lower.
Oh,
It goes
okay.
goes a bit lower. Yeah,
Mm.
Is there a
yeah.
different name for all these songkok, or like they originate from different states, or
They're pretty much the same. Names, if there are any names to it, I'm not familiar with it. But generally, what I do know is people from Johor sometimes would wear something that's a lot higher. If you've seen those really tall ones, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah?
mostly that one comes from Johor.
And
The
they
high
and they
Songkok.
ikat their kain a little different as well in Johor, right?
Not, well,
I think they have
when it
like
comes
their
to the
kain, their songket is inside the baju. They don't tuck it in.
okay, yeah, so that's
Is
their
that
style,
right?
and then that to go pure Johor on that, so you have to wear the round neck one. So what I've got is a cakap musang, which is almost like a Mandarin collar. So there's a collar. So that one needs to have just a round neck with one button, and then your baju melayu is tucked out instead of inside. So what I've got here is this is pretty much what people are wearing. So you see, it's all on the inside.
Oh,
My
that's
pockets
nice.
all inside.
Oh, you got
So
the
the
whole
Johor one, yeah.
shebang
So
on.
Johor,
That's amazing.
Yeah, JD, do you think that Sham
yeah.
was
You know
wearing
what? I'll
shorts?
show you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
actually wearing my white
brother.
baju Melayu as well right now for Raya. I don't know whether you can see it. You wanna see the full thing?
Yes,
It's
please.
scary.
Okay.
I can see the collar. It looks like it. And
Ah,
you, I thought so, brother.
that's your baju raya this year, is
Yes,
it?
it is. Yeah. Let's say good
Yeah.
Oh
morning to
no.
some people who are just tuning in.
Good morning, Cecilia, Leong
Hi,
Seng,
who we
Noor,
have? Who do we
and
have?
M. Sally, who said that you're really handsome, Sham. Handsome, yeah, Sham. Chong Yi Hao, good day to
Thank
all of
you.
you. This is a good way to bust those Monday blues. Okay, K. Farah Basir
Oh,
says it's
Shankar.
called
Sham,
Telok
you
Belanga.
look like,
What is called Telok Belanga? The
yeah,
songko
Is
Telok
or
it
Blangah,
the
yeah.
baju?
Bangkok?
The round neck. No, no,
Oh,
Ah,
the Johorian round neck
color.
baju Melayu. Yeah, when it's
Is it
round
because?
neck, it's called Telok Blangah, yeah. So
Oh, that's
mine's a cekak
check out
musang,
Musam.
yeah.
Have you been buying
And I
much?
can see what.
Sorry?
Sorry, go ahead, Belle.
Oh, no,
Sorry,
no,
yeah.
no.
Raya?
No, I was just gonna ask if you are actually buying baju raya this year. Like, are you and your family buying new clothes? Because I don't know
No,
if
not this year.
Can you hear us,
No,
Sham?
not this year
Hello?
because I can actually.
Okay.
But somehow there's a bit of a interruption. But now I can. So no, we're not buying any new clothes this year. Just because the whole feel is a bit different, so we're just gonna wear something that we have. Like I said before, I've got three. I probably have 5 pairs of these baju Melayu that I only use it if I'm going to a wedding or another Hari Raya. So it's either I wear, it's either I wear it once a year for Raya or twice a year for Raya Haji and Raya Puasa as well, or I'm using it for weddings. And sometimes some weddings, they want to go with a Western style wedding, so you wear suits with that.
Yeah.
How different is Raya going to be this year? I mean, number one for you, Sham, and also for everyone who is actually on Facebook Live with us right now. If you celebrate Raya this year, how different is it going to be for everybody? I love to hear Sham's take on this. How is it different for you?
Yeah. So me personally, not that different for me personally. If I were to be a single man, I'm still living with my parents. It is no different because as a kid, I've done the whole 1 year Kelantan, 1 year Johor. All right, that's that kind of routine. After a while, as my parents grew older and older, they got tired of driving so far. So they decided, look, every Raya is going to be in KL. So I'm used to it. But once I got married, so I got a wife now who has a kampung in Kuala Pilah. So that's very, very it's very close to the heart to her. She works in KL, she lives in KL, her livelihood is in KL, but her parents are in Kuala Pilah. So this year is kind of sad for both, for my wife and also my in-laws. My in-laws are in their 80s. They are in their 80s. One's reaching 90 already. So they are at a stage where they're a bit emotional about these things. When their children and their grandchildren are not able to go back to the kampung, they feel a bit emotional. But they are even ever since the PM announced that they were not allowed to go back to the kampung, right? And there was also this whole thing where those who are stranded in their kampung, who wants to go back to their workplace, back home, where they allocated 7th, 10th of May to take that drive back home, but it is only specifically for that reason only. So some have taken that as an opportunity to go back to their kampung at that time. Obviously, those are people who are flouting the MCO but didn't get caught. So my in-laws saw some of these cars coming from KL going to visit their neighbors. So they've been calling my wife, they've been calling us saying, you guys are not coming back. I said, well, whatever it is, that would be flouting the MCO. We're not going to do that. And they kept on asking every day, almost every day, about, aren't you guys coming back? Aren't you guys coming back? So we had to tell her that we can't. We're not going to even take the risk. Number one, I think it's a bit, there's a good reason why they do this, the ban of interstate traveling. And number two, that is flouting the law, literally, you know what I mean? So we had to tell them that we can't, and it's good that coming from the government side, they've been really discouraging all this long distance travel as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay here, stay put it where we are. We can do inter-district travel. So I'm just planning to just go back to my parents' house. We only have at the most 10 people in the house, and after that there were some people who invited me to go to their place, which we're not going to do. We're just going to go to my parents' house and then we'll come back and then probably take a nap.
So basically though, if let's just say your in-laws were from a different state and then you weren't really in the mood to go and visit anyway, you can say, but the government says you cannot travel interstate,
Yeah.
No, I don't want to flout the law.
Oh, double. Oh, we cannot go back. No, but it's nice to go back to the kampung because the feel is very different. The family gets together.
Speaking of celebrations, I just want to have a quick shout out to someone who ate a lot just over the weekend. Happy birthday, Belle! Belated birthday.
Oh yeah!
Thank you.
Thank you, Belle.
How did you like all the cakes that people sent you?
I ate them all, which is great. Yeah, it's my
Right.
first birthday being locked in or being just at home, I guess. And it's quite refreshing. But I guess, I mean, once you get to a certain age, birthdays are not that important anymore. You know, it's just a day for the kids to have a little bit of fun and eat a bit of cake. That's all.
Did they do
Nothing
anything special? Did they do
No, I
anything for
didn't.
you? Ah,
My daughter and my auntie helped make a pancake, like a souffle pancake for me in the morning.
oh,
Yeah,
those like
it
the
was really
Japanese
good.
style ones.
Hmm. And
They are.
then my partner in crime, JD, sent me some more souffle pancakes.
I didn't want to send you cakes because I'm like, I think she's gonna be overloaded with cakes. I'll send her something different. Apparently not. But it's
Yeah.
not just any souffle though.
Uh-huh.
What is it? One that you made yourself, JD?
No, because for those who don't know, if you're watching us on Facebook right now, Belle is a boba addict. She likes everything that's boba related. So I got her a
Boba is
boba
life.
souffle. Do you know how hard it is to find a
Oh,
boba cake or boba
wow.
souffle that delivers? I found something and I'm like, okay, sure. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, was it nice?
It was okay. It was good. Because I couldn't eat anymore when it was freshly sent. Like it was just nice and warm when it was sent. I had to put it in the fridge. So the boba were hardened in the
Oh
fridge.
yeah, you told me about it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but thank you, JD and Team Light for sending
Yeah.
things over.
Well, but Belle, you said that birthdays these days are nothing great anymore. It's just another
Yeah.
day. I'm at that point of life too. Actually, I've been like that for the longest time. Birthdays has never been something where you need to have such a huge party for me, where you throw a party for me. But I just want to ask the youngest member of the LITE team, Soraya.
Yeah.
Are you still there? I mean, is it like a big thing? Must the person let someone special throw you a big surprise, or your friends all come there? Is it like that for you, Soraya?
So in the past, it's weird, right? In the past few years, it became a little, oh yeah, just another birthday. Oh, no big deal, oh no, I'm getting closer to 30. And then as all of us in my group started getting even closer to 30, I think we started trying to revert to our childhood. So everyone in my friend group started doing like birthday activities, no surprise parties, not like I mean sometimes we'll have a dinner or whatever, but we started doing activities. So like one did laser tag.
Oh.
One had like a boxing birthday, so we all went to like a boxing studio.
Wow.
And then I think from one of my birthdays, we did rock climbing.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, and the most recent birthday for me was, do you know bubble sports? I don't know if you guys have you ever seen people playing bubble sports? It's when
It's like a
you wear
foam
that.
party.
No,
Oh no, sorry. I it's wrong.
That's,
Okay, anyway.
that's so 2005. No,
That's
so bubble sports is when you wear that huge bubble suit.
Oh,
and
it's a
it's
Zorb.
kind of
Is it a Zorb ball?
It's like a Zorb, but your legs are exposed. So you run around and you just run into each other and you just like bounce. The aim of yeah, it's really fun. And the aim is to bounce into as many people as you can, and then you go rolling.
Okay. Who's
Oh, that's
got
like
next
bumper
birthday?
car, but human bumper cars.
Sort of,
Who's
yeah.
got next birthday? Who's got next
The
birthday?
the next birthday is one of my friends who wanted to do boxing again. But
No, I'm sorry. I meant the
you mean
four
like
of us, among the four of
Among
us.
us?
Yeah, whose birthday is next?
I don't know.
Mine's 3rd of April is gone. Belle is May, and JD, when's yours?
JD, when's yours?
April.
Maybe
We
with
just had it.
April.
Yeah.
So Soraya's one.
Oh,
So Soraya, when's yours?
it's in November. Long time more.
All right. So yeah, I think we're gonna do what you just suggested under the
Yeah.
company's budget. Yay! All right.
Yeah. And because we're all in a bubble suit, it's social distancing right there.
Oh yeah.
Already, that's right, man.
You know?
That's
Yeah,
right.
we're gonna be
It's
safe.
already
There's no
like that.
one's physically touching each other. Farah
Exactly.
Basir just had something really good point here though. Because Sham, you said no one's really traveling or whatever to visit, right? How are you giving Duit Raya? Because you said no visiting, only difference probably method of giving Duit Raya online. Only those provide account number have e-wallet gets.
So, even because even corporate events have been cancelled, there will be no open houses and gatherings and things like that. So I think personally also we would have to save up on our money as well. So only certain people will be getting Duit Raya. Or not really. I'm just being stingy here.
I was wondering about
I know I was being stingy. No, really. Well, that's the only way to go about it. Really. It takes away the feel of giving.
Correct.
Yeah, it takes away
Yeah.
the feel.
Mhm.
It's not that nice, but you still got to give lah. At least. But I mean, at least I plan because I'm going back to my parents' house, so I've got two nephews over there. So I'm just going to give it to them, the traditional way, the way we used to. But others, I might have to do a list of people and then put the price in.
Is
And
there a
then
standard amount though? Because in
no,
for Chinese New Year, there's always like
yeah.
how much? What's the standard amount, Vel, Soraya, for Chinese New Year?
It really depends. It really
Yeah.
depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
And do you,
So it's
do
not
you
like
not
every year it goes higher and higher. No.
No, no. Do
Sometimes
you
still
give
open
your
out
parents?
2 ringgit.
Do you give your
So
parents some?
so again, sorry.
Your parents
was
and
it?
your in-laws, do you have to give them Duit Raya as well?
And how much?
Yeah, no, it's not a rule where you have to give, but I do give to my parents. But mostly they are for kids usually. So we give to our
Mm,
parents more because it's just to show their appreciation for being our parents. Really,
yeah.
that's what it is. But no rates, no rates whatsoever.
I
You
just
give
want.
a certain amount, whatever amount you want. But somehow, personally, people, some people are businessmen, like business people, right? So there's a certain status that they want to achieve, So they got to give a certain amount, and
Mm.
then and you only give coins to the people who go house to house, to those kids who come around house to house.
Right.
But the kids these days, I'm telling you, so rude. They
Well,
so
Sham
you
got
know what?
old suddenly. He just said old person
Yeah,
thing. Kids these
yeah,
days.
oh, I did. Oh, alamak. Just shows. Oh, I am aging. I am aging. Huh? No, because I would get told off by my dad if we and a group of other kids go house to house and we
Mhm.
get there and we just say, oh, we just want some Duit Raya. We're not interested in coming in and getting to know you and things like that. So the kids these days, we just want some Duit Raya. What we used to have to do is because really the whole point of going to these houses as kids is to collect Duit Raya, but you got to do it the proper way,
Yeah.
which is
Pay
you go
respects.
there, you greet, and then they invite you in. They serve you tea and whatever biscuits. Whether you're staying there for half an hour or 5 minutes, at least like you said, Soraya, is paying respect. So that's what you got to do, and then you would have earned that 50 cent coin. You always go for 50 cent.
Do you guys
That's
remember
pretty
back
much
in the
like
day
it.
when there was like the 1 ringgit coin? I would like
Yep.
it'd be great because sometimes you want like you urut the packet and you see, oh, there's a red note and you're very excited. But sometimes you just get like, hey, I feel 2 coins in there. Like what's going on? It's only 2 ringgit or whatever.
No, I think Raya is the same as Chinese New Year now. There's no maximum, but there's definitely a minimum, and 2 ringgit is not the minimum now, I think. It's not the
Yeah.
minimum
Oh,
rate
really?
Because
now.
back in the day we
5
had a
ringgit is
2
the
ringgit
minimum
note
rate
as
now.
well.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was a 2
That was
ringgit.
so
No.
good.
Oh,
There
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 was.
was.
It was like
We had
pink
a
and
2
purple in color.
Oh,
Really nice.
oh
Yeah.
my God.
There's some things that you miss, I miss a 2 ringgit note. I miss a 1 ringgit coin in a way. But also, you know what I miss? I've been going around looking at Kueh Raya. I just went out to KLCC yesterday because it's this place I like to go out to. And it's very, very hard to find traditional kueh in like especially now because the center courts in the malls, they're not doing this special Raya thing
Oh,
because of
yeah.
social distancing, right? Where do
Right.
you get these traditional kuehs? So I'm wondering, Sham, is your family doing anything so I can buy?
Yeah, no, only well. Yesterday, my wife is working. She's only got pineapple tarts working at the moment. If there are extras, JD, you don't have to buy it from me. I'll give you one. Might be a
Yes!
bit late after
Oh.
Raya lah. I'll give you one. But don't worry about it. As a sample,
I'm, yeah.
sample. After that, you're gonna have to start
You have to
buying
buy.
stuff. Yeah.
I'm
You
sure
get first
there.
5 free.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there are home kueh makers out there, who can make kueh and deliver it to your
Traditional
home as well.
though,
Yeah,
Mhm.
traditional homemakers. Like all these kuehs are from home. The more traditional ones are made
Yeah.
at home, not at a factory, you see.
Mm.
So I'm sure there are homemakers out there who can deliver these kueh to you as well.
Yeah, I've seen some
Well,
ads our postings on Facebook, for example, people just like, hey, want to buy my kuih tepung pelita? That's my favorite
Yeah.
one.
So I'll tell you what, if you do this on and if you have a business or if you know someone who does kuih, traditional kuih for Raya and everything, could you plonk us a link on Facebook and in the comments? Just do that, and we'd love to be in contact with them, man.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah,
if you have
okay,
any
okay.
questions for us at all, you can also plonk them in the comment section and we will try to answer them for you. If you've just joined us, thank you so much for joining us. As you can see, Sham is all dressed up for Raya.
Shankar calls him a YB.
Yeah, hey, it's not a compliment, Shankar. It's not a compliment. Thank you.
I thought you were getting dressed up for today's parliament sitting or something, dude.
Oh, yeah, that is today.
Maybe. Oh my gosh, yeah, it is today, isn't it?
That's today.
Well, unlucky then, because I meant this for Raya next week. I thought because this is the last FB Live before Raya that we're going to do before Raya.
Wait, when is
so I
Raya?
thought, next
Sunday,
week,
isn't it?
Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Yeah.
So soon. Yeah. Ramadan flew
man.
by.
Track of my dates.
JD, you were
Yeah, right.
saying that you visited KLCC
Yeah.
over the weekend. How
Yeah,
was
because
it?
I live like nearby, right? It's
We're in CMCO now, so it's
Yeah.
more relaxed. People are going back into the malls. How was it? I haven't been out.
you've been a hermit, but it's been strict. I've been out to generally my area here because I live in Wangsa Maju, so I'm quite used to how things are. I just wanted to see how things were outside in the real world. So I went into Bangsa recently. Bangsa village was kind of because they only have like one supermarket in Bangsa village, right? So the line was snaking nonstop all the way.
Wow.
And there were a lot of people there. So I was worried about KLCC. So I went to KLCC just over the weekend yesterday, and they're strict over there. They're incredibly strict. And I
What
would
were
like
some of
to
the
say,
SOPs?
some places will ask you to scan this QR code before you go in. So you have to
Yeah.
check into a place, right? But some you have to still have to fill out your name and whatever. Don't give out your IC number, apparently, according to the authorities say you're not allowed to, required to do that. But
Okay.
people are generally very they follow the SOPs, but I had to say there was a smidgen, maybe like 5-10% of the people walking around KLCC didn't have masks on. They were just walking around, and there was one guy who was really close to me, and I'm really particular about this. I had to tell him, like, please move away from me at least like 1 meter, please, because it is CMCO, but there are still SOPs that we need to follow, and this should be the new norm regardless, so
Was there like a thermal scanner or like sanitizers when you walked
that's
into
what I was
KLCC?
about to get to as well, Belle. I think I should have invested money in the company that makes these thermal scanners and the thermometer gun thing, because I will making some good money right now, man. Jeez, everybody's got this.
Everyone, yeah.
Well,
I'm like, where did they all come from? Sorry, Sham, go ahead.
No, since the CMCO, I've had experience going out as well. So one of the things that I haven't done since the MCO started was I'd usually go and do my laundry at the self-service laundromat. So I haven't done that until they announced the conditional movement control order. So
Are you allowed to do that
twice
now?
already.
Yeah, I think so.
But social distancing, SOP. So the laundromat I go to, they're very responsible because it's self-service. No one's going to be there to tell you what to do. But they've put up signs on and instructions clearly on what to do. Things like they're only open from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. So 10 p.m. no more doing laundry. So I usually go there after Buka Puasa and then do all the laundry, and it's a lot faster now that not many people are going there anyway. So it's a good spot. Social distancing is practiced, and at the same time, what I saw was how my usual routine is go put my clothes in the washing machine. While I have to wait for 20 minutes, I go to the mama next door to have a drink and things like that, right? And then I go back to the washing machine, put it in the dryer, and then go back to the mama, have a drink until. So it's me doing laundry while having some me time as well. So last night I was hoping for that because now Selangor has also allowed certain eateries to have dine-in customers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the mama next door, this is this is what I feel about certain people who have taken the initiative to not open for dining. So this particular mama, I spoke to the boss and he said, look, we tak berani nak buka lagi. He said, you know, we just wanna we will just wait it out. Maybe after Raya we'll see how it goes. So he's taking his own initiative on not to open for dining just yet, only takeaways. So I haven't had Nescafe ice for the longest time at the mama. It's not about tasting the Nescafe ice, you know. You make it at home, it's gonna taste the same. It's just the whole feeling of having it at the mama.
Of
This
being,
time around,
yeah.
in a plastic bag, man. I had it. I haven't had that for years. So I had it in a
Yeah.
plastic bag
Right?
while waiting for
Yeah,
my
you
laundry.
got the
Yeah,
pee.
yeah.
Hey, but
So
are
actually,
masks required still to when you go around to go into
Actually,
mall and
I
stuff?
think the Ministry of Health says that masks are not compulsory unless you are not feeling well.
Right. But I just
Yeah.
wear a
I'll
mask
put it on
everywhere.
everywhere.
But I
yeah.
think,
I
I
encourage
don't know.
everyone. Yeah, yeah.
I would
I encourage
encourage
everyone.
everyone to
Yeah,
wear a mask. Yeah, if you're going
Yeah.
out.
I mean, I think some sort of layers to protect yourself, it's definitely better than nothing.
Now
Although I guess
there are these. It's not just the surgical masks. There are these other kinds of masks that people are using it as fashion accessories to match their outfits. So they're wearing dark blue. They're wearing a dark blue mask, and it's kind of interesting how people are doing it. Because I saw one Raya ad, and someone actually did. It's like, oh, you can't go out, but then it showed like there's baju Raya on a bit, but then there's a new accessory now. Ding! It's a mask. I'm like, that's true. You know,
They
we're all doing
made
that now.
like matching baju raya and mask. I think I saw an ad for that as well.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah,
you
that's
have
what.
the green, like you have a green color baju raya, right? You wear a green mask, so it's matching. But the thing is, for me, I think wearing a mask, it helps with you not touching your face as well. So there's something there to just cover your face so you don't touch your face. Yeah, it's just a reminder for you to not touch your face because that's the most important thing. Like the virus can get onto your fingers or your hands or whatever, but if you don't touch your face with it, it cannot go into your body. So
I got so paranoid yesterday though. I choked. I was like about to ask something about the temperature and everything. I choked. And I'm like, oh, I'm trying so hard not to cough because I'm gonna freak everybody out. I just choked, right? I'm like, what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah,
Jeez.
I sneezed yesterday in a shop, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get so many dirty looks.
You become so conscious about that. You know, you become very conscious about that. Even wearing a mask. What I practice is, you see, the worry is when people they cough all the time. That means they have a sick. They're sick. They're not feeling well, which means they should have been home. But once in a while, we just have something stuck. We got something stuck in the throat, and we have to cough. Even that, we're feeling very conscious. And even that, I'm doing that whole practice where even with a mask, I'm doing that as well.
Yeah.
Covering it with my elbows. Yeah.
Dude, I was in a mall in Mont Kiara recently. They don't have the gun thing. You put your face in front of this screen. You adjust it. There's an outline of a face there, and then it checks your temperature. But I had just been out in the hot sun, and I got checked. It showed 42 degrees. I should be dead with 42 degrees. I'm like, that's way too high. So I walked away. Then came back. Oh, it's 36.0 or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's
yeah,
normal.
but how accurate are these thermal scanners and all these,
I don't know.
computer type scanners?
Also depends on the brand, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some readings where I was like, am I that? Because it was something like 33 or 34 degrees. I'm like, wow, I'm a lizard. I don't know. Like,
and then something I'm like, oh wow, I'm hot stuff.
Yeah. But I actually just went to a mall in Mont Kiara yesterday. Speaking of malls in Mont Kiara, and I went to a restaurant for the first time. It's weird, guys. It is such a strange
Did
feeling.
you dine in?
Yeah. So they allowed dine-ins, and this is my first time eating. Well, I didn't eat, like, it was just for coffee, right? But it was my first time like eating or dining, like, or drinking out in 3 months since the MCO started. It was so surreal, and you could they made us scan the QR code, of course, and the waiter stands so far away from you. He's like, yes, what would you like? And even at the table, we were all far apart. It was just 3 of us. They don't allow more than 4 people, so we're all far away from each other, and just but but also what was interesting was that I saw some of the other diners, they were not there necessarily to eat, they were just hanging out. I guess they were just so relieved to be able to sit in a restaurant again. I saw a family, there were no food on the table. They were literally just there on their phones for about an hour. So yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay
there
now,
were
I suppose,
three
but
of
still
you.
possible.
There were three of you out. Did you have to sit in different tables, or you were
No,
on the same table?
we were at one table, yeah. But then we
Okay.
saw like signs on all the chairs, and some of the tables where there's just like a big X. No one can sit here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because I
it's
heard,
good.
yeah. Because I recently
Yeah.
heard from a family, a friend, 4 of them went out together, and only
Mhm.
3 of them were allowed on one table. The other person had to sit on another table.
Yeah, so here's the thing about conditional movement control order. I've been wanting to hang out with my friends at Mama and just on the pretext that we're going for dinner, lah. For example, we can't just say
Mhm.
we're hanging out, right? So
Mhm.
I've been thinking about that, but every session that we go out with our friends for teh tarik, at a Mama at our favorite spot, it will be 5, 6, 7 of us. So I think if we
Mhm.
decide to do that, it is really pointless. Where only 2 of us will sit at this table, the other 2 next table. It's
Yeah.
not nice. The feeling is not there. But what I would
Mhm.
want to do after Puasa is all over, while we're still under conditional movement control order, I miss having my black coffee at a cafe. I might want to do that. Just take 10 minutes, have that coffee, and then go back home.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I miss from while being under MCO lah. Yeah.
And I think also why I haven't gone out to restaurants to eat, because children are not really encouraged to go out just yet. So I can't bring the kids out. And it'd be a little bit pointless if it's just my husband and I, like, I mean, of course we can go out on a date, but we still have to provide food for the kids, right? So,
Tapao.
so I haven't actually
Or-
gone anywhere. Maybe I should go somewhere this weekend just to dine out again, right?
But have you been
Yeah.
feeling it though? Like feeling very cooped up at home? Not
I'm
really.
actually quite all right,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I haven't gone out of the house for 6 weeks, and I'm still all right.
Yeah. Well, I think wives and mothers are all right with this whole MCO. We can go on like this for the next 10 years, even. I think wives and mothers are like that. Husbands, daddies need to go out. I'm sorry, man. I've been feeling like I have been cooped up. I think I can. I think your husband feels the same way too, huh, Belle? He
Yeah,
wants
yeah,
to be out.
yeah. He's actually gone back to work last week, so he had to.
Wait,
Yeah,
that means he had to
go.
travel though. Did he have to get like
Yeah.
some kind of?
Yes, he had to go to the police station to get a sort of like a permit, a travel
Was it
permit.
tough?
Yeah, he had to go a couple of times, about 3 times he had to go. Yeah,
So
'cause the
I
first
noticed
time-
this because it's a lot of trouble for
Yeah.
people to want to travel. So
Yeah.
and for your husband, it's required because he has to work and whatnot, right? There's some
Mhm.
people I read in the newspaper, they're trying to. I don't know how they're even going to get through some of these roadblocks because the interstate roadblocks are still in place. That they want to just balik kampung. I'm like, do you know the amount of trouble and the traffic jams you have to go through at the roadblocks? I'm still wondering, why would you want to go through that nightmare if you don't have to work? You know what I mean?
Okay.
They're just taking. I think they're just taking the risk of. They think, maybe we will get away with it. But now this is where I kind of feel like that would be unfair for people like me and my wife who really want to go back to our kampung. But
Yeah.
what we're doing is not taking the risk. We're just obeying the MCO, being good citizens, I think. And there are many Malaysians like that. So this is where, if my mother-in-law, father-in-law starts to see, wow, so many people balik kampung are from KL, that's when we're going to get a bit annoyed with that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But the thing is, my husband said he drove up to Terengganu and back. He said that there were no roadblocks. Like he didn't need
really?
to show any of his permits.
Huh.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've been reading in the newspapers and all that saying that a lot of people have been turned back, because they were trying.
I think it was Astro Traffic's Twitter. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That, people turned back at the Escara Highway, right?
So I was thinking, hey, how come you didn't meet any roadblocks at all? I mean, would it have made it easier for people to just, balik kampung in that way?
I hope not,
I have a
because
feeling that closer to the date, they might ramp up their operations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, though,
yeah.
I mean, they said day one, you can visit. Personally, I wouldn't. I think it's safer for everybody just because you just want to celebrate a bit. You might get sick. That's not a good enough reason to get sick, man. Seriously, you know what I mean?
Now, Sham,
Yeah.
there's one
Alright,
question I've been wanting to ask you. You said that your in-laws are in their 80s and all that. So are you able to like video call them for the first day of Raya or something like that?
Yeah, so because they have one of their granddaughters with them, you know, before the MCO started, which is on 18th of March. So this granddaughter of theirs had chicken pox, so she was at the kampung, yeah. And then
Okay.
school holidays hit, she was still at kampung, and then MCO hit. So she has been there
Oh.
all the while. So she has a smartphone. So we can do all this. We can do the video conferencing.
So the chicken pox was a
Yeah.
trial run for the MCO in a way.
Blessing in disguise, dude. It was a blessing in disguise,
Yeah,
or not?
because
Right.
I was wondering about all these families with older folks in the kampongs and in the rural areas. I mean, there should be a way for them to still be in touch with family, right? That it'll be quite sad for them if they cannot be in touch with families. And I mean, I know because my 93-year-old grandmother, she doesn't know how to use a smartphone, and my cousin actually found this system all the way from Australia. It's like a screen. She doesn't need to touch anything, but we can Skype her, and it will
really?
answer on its own. Yeah. And then there are a couple of presets buttons with pictures that she can press, like if she wants
Wait,
to video
so she
call
can't
us.
control it? Wait, are you spying on your grandmother?
No, it will ring for like 20 seconds and then it
It
will
does ring. So
yeah,
it's not
it
on
will,
constantly.
no.
So it kind
Then
of-
it will answers on its own. So she doesn't need to press anything. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not even like she has to answer the phone. It's
No.
answered for her by her
She
phone.
now
Wow.
knows when the ringing starts, she'll pull a chair and sit in front of the screen because someone's
Wow.
calling her.
Aw.
We
Yeah.
should put that link in the Facebook
It's a really
comment
good
let
system,
everyone help.
especially for older folks.
Yeah.
And who they probably don't know how to use a smartphone, and don't have access to.
Speaking
this
of
one
older
requires
folks, though,
internet. Yeah.
Parky actually commented, "What's this new SOP about those above 65 not being allowed into shopping malls? Does it make sense?" I personally think it's just a safety measure. I just think if you're older, don't go into the mall. Like my mom and dad, they don't go to the supermarkets. What we did, and I think it was you, Bill, that sent me that link about vegetables and fish and everything. I got my mom this. My mom was like, "I'll go with package A," and I ordered her the package A vegetable. She had so much veg that she can't even. She's like, "There's no space and everything." I think when you need essentials like veg and fresh meat and everything, these online guys are pretty good. I wouldn't, to be honest, I still wouldn't go to a mall or supermarket if I'm older because I've seen the line. It's kind of scary.
I think the MOH came out with this guideline. They said that children and senior citizens are not encouraged to go out just yet because they're the most vulnerable. So if you can just tahan a few more weeks, I guess. If you can make do without going to the malls, just a couple more weeks.
I'll go to the cinema. I just want to watch a movie at a cinema right now. It's just
Okay, Thomas Yeo actually has this question for Soraya. What does AGP stand for? I think our first Facebook Live, you answered that question, right? So maybe you can answer this again for Thomas.
Yes, okay, because it's a cute and random story that I always like to share. So Egiki is okay, where shall I start? All right, so when my grandfather was living in a nursing home, he had dementia and he didn't recognize his grandkids anymore. So we would go to visit him and he had no idea who we were. And one day I was just, going to greet him, hi, go, and all that. And he just looked at me and he was like, "Your face is the exact shape of an egg." And I'm like, "Oval?" Yeah. All of us have oval shaped faces. But that was all he said. He was just like, "Your face is the shape of an egg." So egg, Eggy, and then my surname is Key. So I just put it together and it became my Instagram handle, Eggy Key.
You know what would be great, Belle, Soraya, right now? Because I've been playing around with these strange apps. I posted something recently where I had this afro going on and everything.
Yes,
so You know, you should do get one of these apps that make you bald, and then let's see how eggy you look. That'd be great. We should all do it. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
we
we
should just post
should.
pictures of
Yeah.
all of us being bald.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need an app for that. I mean, it's already there. No, the thing about this is, remember we had that challenge, JD, where for a couple of weeks until the initial date of lifting the MCO, which
Yeah.
is 12th of May, right? That was the initial date. So we're not, you and me, we're not supposed to cut our hair, shave our hair, our facial hair, we got to leave it. So I was really feeling miserable because
Yeah,
I
you
don't
said
think
that. Yeah.
I look horrible. So I said, if the MCO is extended, I don't care. I am shaving it on the 12th, which I
Yeah.
did. So and I'm like, while I'm doing it, looking at the camera, recording it, I say, yeah, I'm looking great, looking good. So after that, and I'm posting it on my social media account, on my Facebook as well, on my Facebook as well. And then I got the first comment that I got because I posted a before and after picture. So the before have got this hair that looks like it wants to be an afro, really trying hard, but it looks really ugly. And then my beard was all over the place. It's scattered all over the place, not a full beard, and my goatee is getting really long and ugly. And then the next picture, the after, is me all clean shaven, looking all nice. So that's the kind of feeling that I was getting. Oh yeah, look at that kind of thing, right? And then the first comment that I got was, Sham just went from looking like a kiwi to looking like an egg. And I went,
Was that my granddad? No.
oh yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
No, he's passed away.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I have
but,
those feelings, but
JD,
sometimes I
look
just
at
want to
you.
cut it all off.
JD, your hair still looks okay. You know,
Yeah.
like my husband is complaining that his hair is like outgrowing, especially at the sides and the back and everything. And he has really thick hair, so it's really poofy now. JD, your hair still looks all right after so many weeks.
I've been trimming. I trim because I've got the buzzers and clippers because I'm a hairy dude, right? So I've been cutting the back. I even did some of the back bits as well. So I couldn't see anything, but I just buzzed the back. And I'm like, yeah, I look amazing. And next you know, I use the mirror. I'm like, wow, I don't look amazing from the back. It looks horrible. It's not even and stuff like that. So it just looks great. Okay,
from
here.
the front. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Belle, you should try just trimming your hubby's
Yeah, I
the hair
trimmed
around
the
the ear.
sides, just the sides, and I thinned it a little bit, but it still looked a bit. Yeah, it's not as nice.
Really?
Like Prem Kumar Nagalingam, who's just joined us, said that he is not as brave as Sham to do self-cut and shave.
Yeah,
Or
well,
JD,
well,
for that matter, I
yeah,
guess.
I don't.
And Prem, thank you
Yeah,
so
I
much for the birthday wish as well. Thank you.
I don't. I really don't think anyone should self-cut their hair. Mine's a whole different story. I'm using my clippers and I'm doing it by myself. So that's actually not that hard. You just have to maneuver your hand at the back, and then to know whether you've got it all done already, you just put your hand around your head and see whether there are, there are strands of it that's been left there. And then if there are, then you just go again. So mine's pretty easy, but I wouldn't recommend anyone to cut their own hair. Doing what barbers are doing. But I thought a lot of wives have been helping their husbands. So since Belle, your husband has been complaining about long hair, you're not going to do anything about it, or you just don't dare to do it at all.
Because I remember back when we were in uni, and he wanted me to just do a buzz, like to cut a buzz cut, like just go bald, and it was difficult with the clippers. It's not as easy as you said it is, Sham, because there are certain parts of your head where sometimes it will go a little bit deeper, and then you see that, oh, this is too short. Now I have to go even shorter.
Oh, I
It's
see.
tricky with the
Okay,
clippers and with the scissors as well. Like, I'm very scared of making a mistake, and then after that I'll probably have to buzz it all off.
I do
So
that. I
I
also
just-
have mistakes in my beard, but I'm like, it grows back so fast, Belle. We're dudes, so don't worry about your husband's hair and everything.
No, but the
It
thing
will
is,
grow back.
like, I cut the sides of the ear, like, just so that it doesn't poke the ear. But he looks like a girl now.
But I'm loving some of the videos. I'm loving some of the videos of wives really trying their best to cut their husband's hair because the husbands are recording, right? And you can see in their faces, oh my gosh, you better do it right. Oh my, you can see in their faces, they're so worried that because I've done this before in school where I tried to have, oh my gosh, I used to have long hair up to here when I was in college, right? This is just celebration after SPM. Yeah, you can keep long hair, you know. So I had all that, but the trend at that time, I was looking at some of my seniors. What they were doing was they had hair and they undercut their hair with a ponytail, so they can tie it up like that, and theirs look really nice. So I wanted to go for that, and I wanted to do it my own way, trying to get into this whole, self-sustaining lifestyle for known lah. So I did it by myself by using a shaver. So what I did was I put up my hair like that, so you can see the sides. So I tried to shave it off like that, but somehow that didn't work. So if all of them were shaved nicely, then it might look nice. But this one, I missed some. So now there are some bald spots at the side, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh my gosh, it's such a mistake to be doing that. So
to do it yourself.
that's what I did. Yeah, to do
Yeah.
it myself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's why
Never
we
do
had a
that
chat
again.
with these the twins, Sean and Gibson from Sean Cutler. They said, don't just make it neat enough for you to just get by. But if you really wanted a proper cut, go back to the professionals, because right now it seems okay from the front, but it's all an illusion, man. Seriously.
I know.
I guess it.
We
Sorry,
have
go ahead,
some
Sean.
comments on.
Yeah, when I used. Yeah, go ahead, Belle.
Okay, we have some comments on our Facebook Live comment section. Chong Yi Hao says that my company canteen has become an office with cubicles. Speaking about CMCO and how people are going back into eating together and
I like
whatnot.
it that way, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I went to Japan and they did have these ramen restaurants that you actually eat in a cubicle, so you don't need to be bothered by other people, because in Japan they like to do things alone and all that, right? So you order in a machine, like a vending machine outside the shop, then they will give you the number of the cubicle that you go sit in. So you go sit in the cubicle. It's exactly like a library cubicle. You can't see anything at all, and suddenly the window will open up, your noodles comes out, and the window closes again. So it's like really social distancing at its best.
Yeah.
So
They were
Japan
social
has been practicing
distancing.
this for the longest time.
Yeah, social
If you're
distancing
an
before
introvert, that's
it became
perfect.
a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if our office were to practice that, say that they make our cafeteria into cubicles, I think it will be easy for me to adapt to that, because usually I'm having my meals alone, because I come into my show by myself. Most of the people are done with their lunch breaks already, so I'm having a bit late. So I'm usually sitting by myself anyway. But maybe if they put a partition around that cubicle, that might feel a bit weird. That whole partition, because it feel like it makes me feel like I'm supposed that eating is a task. Like I'm supposed to finish the work now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or you walk around like Bubble Boy.
It makes you
have
feel like
this
you're
little
in a
bubble around you.
library.
Yeah. But you know what? We will
Okay,
have to go back to the office at one point. I suppose when CMCO finally lifts, we will have to go back to the office. I'm
But there's a
kind of
question
excited to see how things are.
There's a question by Parki Krishnan Kuti as well. Quick question for all four of you. Would you all be comfortable with this way of working forever?
No.
Oh.
No.
I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm
no
enjoying
from
it.
Sham. It's a no from Sham. I kind of enjoy this kind of working, to be honest.
Gotten used to it.
Kind of used to it. Yes.
I'm at first I was like, oh my goodness, I'm a hermit. I'm completely fine with this and whatnot. But I kind of want to get back into like I don't mind if it's like 3 days in the office, 2 days away and stuff like this. I would love to have some choice, because the day sometimes when I'm like, we're recording and then we have interviews and stuff like this, and then I'm like, we have to wait a few hours before the next interview, I just sleep. I just go find a bed and go. If we're in the office, we can't do that. So there are some things I really like about this arrangement. There are some things that I don't. And one of the things I don't enjoy is how horrible my internet is at home.
Well, so far it's okay. You haven't frozen at all in this conversation.
Yeah.
What about you, Sarai? I mean, what do you prefer? Are you okay with doing work from home?
I got used to it, but I do miss some things about being in the office. I miss having very low electricity bills because I'm out all day long.
Has it been higher, really?
It has been a little higher, but with the discount, it's been okay lah. But yes, Sham.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, this is a whole girls versus guys thing. Guys need to go out. Girls are very homely. They want to stay home. Oh, it's very nice. I can imagine how you're doing.
Not all girls.
No,
And I
I
do.
know, I know. I'm,
Few of
I'm
us,
just
yeah.
generalizing here. I know,
But I
but
do.
because my wife is she's saying I'm happy the way things are, and I'm like, well, I'm not to say that I'm unhappy, but I could be happier if I'm doing my regular routine, you know. No, let me
Yeah.
tell you why. It's just the whole thing because I think my whole bodily, mentally function works that way. I need to get up in the morning, have that coffee, go out and about, and if there are jobs, I need to go do jobs. That's how my mind, my brain, my body works. I need to just keep on moving. That's when I get my gym time, when I get my swimming training time. So all that helps me be sane, and then go to work. So that's where I'm coming from. So staying at home has just been from bed, get up, okay, get some work done at the table, which is just 2 meters away from the kitchen, and which is 5 meters away from the room. They're just so close to each other. In the meantime, I've got my son who wants to play wrestling every 2 or 3 times in a day. So those kind of stuff that's been that I have had to go through, lah.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
think
going
that's
out is
the thing
different
with,
now, though,
yeah,
right?
that's the thing
It
with
would be.
I think the new normal will be the normal that we will have to go with for quite a while, because this virus will not disappear overnight. It'll probably
Yeah.
be a year or more still before we can find a vaccine, before it is safe for like everyone to just go back to the old normal. So, but
Actually,
can you imagine
I don't want to
lining
go back
up
to the
for
old normal.
but can you imagine lining up for groceries for the rest of your life? I mean, that
Yeah.
is going to
Hey,
be crazy.
yeah.
And I'm
You know
wearing a
what?
mask whenever you go out for the rest of your life.
That's right.
That is just
Yes,
I've never
agreed.
like,
I've thought about this, and I'm wondering this new normal thing. We're going to start doing things very differently. Even I have started, for example, door handles, right? So you don't
Yeah.
go for the main part
Yeah.
of the door. So you either use your shoulder to push the door open.
Your
I use my
elbow.
feet.
If it's a
I use my
pull,
leg.
you use your leg. Yeah. If it's a pull, I'm using my finger to add the. I'm choosing a spot where I don't think that many people touch this spot. I'm opening it like this, you know, and
Yeah.
and then I'm using my elbows and things like that. And
I
I've
use my
even I've
keys.
even yeah, yeah, you see, and things like that to press the lift button as well. I mean, I don't know. Do you
we
see
probably
any
need to
other
buy
things
a
being
hook,
done?
right? To like hook things now. Buy a hook. Buy
I
an
know.
S
Be like,
hook so we can
yeah.
open the pool doors
I know. It's
without
like let
touching
me
it.
Captain Hook.
Yeah. Prem Kumar messaged and said, but our mama experience will never be the same again. The idea of mama to see each other and interact. That's absolutely true. I went out because I was like, I felt the same way Sham did. I was like, because weekends I go to the cafes, I have coffee, I go chill out, I go to a mall and I window shop and everything. I went into the mall and I'm like, this feels weird. I just got to get out of here, do my stuff, get out. I don't know how this new normal is going to work. I'm excited to see things are going to have to change. There's going to be innovation, but I'm hoping things will work out in a way. I just don't know how it's going to work. So I want to go, but I'm just a bit skeptical,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
One thing that I think will be interesting to see is how people greet each other, even now. So people have said, skin to skin contact when you're greeting each other. I am so going to miss that because I think that's the human touch that that I love so much about meeting people, about greeting people. You shake hands, you give each other the bro hug, and you give each other hugs
Or
and things like that.
salam or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, all that, yeah. So I bumped into a friend who forgot about this in a way. So we are transitioning. This is how I see we're transitioning to the new normal. I saw him at a grocery store at the grocery mall, and then hey Sham, and he went like that. He's got his arms all open, and I went, are we doing that?
Are you giving your elbow?
Yeah, and then and
Elbow
then he
bump.
went, yeah, we'll do the elbow bump, and things like
Yeah.
that. So So people are going to have to figure that out. Is it an
At
album?
at least you didn't go, run away.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but
I
there
guess-
are going to be people out there who miss the human touch as well. Like, what are they going to do about this, right? Especially if you're like single and you have nobody to hug or shake hands with or even touch, you know? We need
Yeah.
that. We need that as human beings.
So, right, you live alone. I'm like, what are you
Yes.
craving the most right now? Just like human interaction wise.
Do you
like,
crave a hug, Soraya?
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't hugged anyone in such a long time. Now that you guys mention it, I cannot remember the last time I hugged anyone. Maybe my bolster lah. I don't know.
But you're not a hugger, are you?
I'm not a huge hugger, and when I say hi or bye to my friends, we actually do the wave a lot. Hi, okay, bye. You know, so it's not such a huge adjustment in that sense. But yeah, like I just saw my parents yesterday. I swung by their house. I didn't even hug them. I haven't hugged them in the longest time. We had lunch together, but sat far away from each other. And my parents, because they knew that I had come from outside, so they actually dodged me. They were like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm already in your house, you know. So dramatic.
When you come in, they might just Dettol spray, Lysol you.
Yeah, I hadn't even left, and I was, I said bye to them after seeing them. No hugs, of course. I was heading to the car. I hadn't even gone to the car yet. My dad comes with a spray bottle to
I knew it.
sanitize the keyhole, I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't even left, and they're already like, shh, yeah, I guess, yeah, hugs. Yeah, it's just strange not to be able to just even like, I'm not the most out person, but even if you're like out with your friends, just comfortably and casually, that it feels weird to be with your friends and not be able to just, even gesture or, sit too close to them. You're all kind of like yesterday we were all sitting at the same table. We were all, sort of in our own spaces, trying not to be too close to each other. So that's definitely odd. Something I have to get used to.
I just thought of something. How are people gonna, number one, date? Let's just say you don't know each other yet, right? How do you date? Or how do like back in the day, you walk up to someone and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" Like nowadays, they're like, stay away from me, let me too.
And everyone's wearing a mask, so you don't know what they look like.
Yeah,
Which is good, I guess, in a way.
Over for me. We're not. I'm so glad we're not going through that.
I'm just wondering though. It's gonna be so weird.
I read a research saying that online dating has skyrocketed. People have started dating online, Zoom dating, Facebook Live. I don't know. Those things work.
I think people, this whole online dating thing, meeting people online has skyrocketed even before this whole pandemic issue has cropped up. I think a lot of people, it's an issue for me because I keep telling myself, if I meet someone, some younger guys, I'm telling them, what are you doing all this for? What are you doing this left and right for? Go and actually meet someone and then face the possibility of being rejected. That shows what kind of man you are. That's how you actually meet people. So that's an issue for me. I don't like all this. No. It's so judgmental at too early. Being judgmental at an early stage. If you ask me, my opinion, my 2 cents.
Yeah, and I think if we were to see people with their mask on, we cannot judge them based on their looks, which is much better, I think. Imagine going on a blind date and both of you only have you cannot take off your mask the entire date. You just get to know each other,
New norm. Yeah.
Also sounds like a great reality show.
Yeah. Just
sounds like a
hi
reality
to
show, doesn't
Maria,
it? Blind date.
Kumar. We have a lot of people just tuning in, man.
Oh yeah, some questions we have.
Yeah, Maria says, did you all play also during the MCO? Of course, we still play all your relaxing favorites. What was your favorite 80s song in the 80s?
Oh, so many.
Wow, 80s. Let me have to Google that a little bit.
What don't I like from the 80s?
I like Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac. I like Betty Davis Eyes by Kim Carnes. Oh my god, I've got too many. Listen to too much LITE, I think.
The music director has spoken, yeah.
What about you guys? What are your favorite 80s songs?
Wow. I'm Googling it right now.
Sham?
Yeah, so Well, first I gotta say I'm not familiar with 80s music. I'm a 90s kid because I was born in the 80s, but I have been exposed to this DJ guy who I don't know whether you. I think some of you would know him. He's a good friend, DJ Dan, and he was a DJ back in the
Yeah,
days,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
80s and the 90s.
Mm.
So he would play all the songs, and when we were working together, when there's an 80s song come on, they say, "Sham, who is this? Who is this?" So that is my degree, my course, my degree in 80s music, and I've been exposed to a lot of these the soulful types like Doobie Brothers and things like that.
Ah,
Eddie Murphy's that one hit wonder,
oh,
and also and you know whatever that is upbeat and disco sounding, I'm there. I love it. Take on Me, Aha is also not too bad. You know
I like that
that's
one
my
too.
barbecue. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was also
Mel,
born in
come
the
on,
80s.
stop
I was
googling.
also
Just make
born
us
in the 80s. No, no, no. I remember I was born in the 80s, and when I was very young, I danced to a lot of Michael Jackson songs like Beat It,
Mm,
Billie Jean, and all that. So Michael Jackson was my growing up sort
mm.
of soundtrack. And also the Pet
Nice.
Shop Boys, because my older cousin loved the Pet Shop Boys. So I listened to a lot of Pet Shop Boys. Like that's how I learned how to spell shopping. SHOPPING.
What about
I
you, JD?
my 80s song, like recently I just watched a Bon Jovi concert because there's a stay-at-home concert channel now, and I would just watch Bon Jovi and I was like, that's great. And I would say any rock song from the 80s was absolutely awesome, which is why I just want to remind everyone, if you're tuning in right now, you can still tune in to LITE. We still play your relaxing favorites. We're still going to be there
That's
for
right.
you. Thank you so much for
Mhm.
joining us here. And final message, Raya message, because we're not going to get to say Raya to anybody. Let's start with Sham, your Raya message.
So it is a different kind of Raya. I just hope that everyone who is celebrating Raya or everyone who's in the festive mood to have a great one. I know we're going to be so apart from each other, but let me say, you know, if out of sight does not mean out of mind and out of heart as well. So
Yeah.
have a wonderful Raya. Maaf Zahid dan Batin from me.
All right. I'll go next. Selamat Hari Raya to all our Muslim listeners. Celebrations will be different this year, but it doesn't mean that you can't celebrate. So celebrate with your nearest and your dearest, and enjoy yourself, but also stay safe. Selamat Hari Raya.
Soraya?
Yes, Selamat Hari Raya to all those celebrating, to all Muslim listeners. Technology has been fantastic. I think we've all adapted to using all these different video call softwares, all these different games. I was playing Pictionary last week. So there are all these ways to stay connected and, you know, to still feel that love, feel that camaraderie with your loved ones. So make use of all this and have a wonderful Raya.
Exactly.
JD.
Remember,
Eugene.
stay safe, stay home, keep your hands clean, keep those hygiene levels high. Selamat Hari Raya, Aidil Fitri, Maaf Zahid dan Batin. And a final message. We know that you would love to invite us over to your homes for our Rumah Terbuka, but since we cannot do that, why don't you send it over to me? I will give you my exact address so you can send specific thing. I want rendang, I want lemang, ketupat. What else is good? Just send it to me.
JD, K. Farah Basir sent you a link. Says
Oh.
hopefully they're still taking order 1 week before
yes.
Raya. So yeah, I think that's
yeah.
the kuih maker there. All right,
Yeah.
thank you
Gonna-
all
We'll
so
be in
much
touch.
for joining us
Thank you so
on
much.
today's Facebook Live. We won't be going live next week because it is a public holiday. So have a great celebration, guys, but remember to stay safe. Thank you
Yes.
so much
Have a
for
good
Thank
one.
you,
Bye.
everyone. Take
Thank you
care.
very much.